Welcome to the long-awaited finale of Minecraft Survivor Season 5. There's been many people voted out. We have the jury, who tonight will be voting for our victors, and then we also have the final 5, who will be competing to win the title of Sole Survivor. Who is the final 5? Well, it consists of Sting, Jam, Spaniel, Chris, and Manuel. Sting. In this season, Sting has been a force to be feared. He won every immunity challenge before the merge. So far, he already tied the individual immunity record with 3, sacrificed his vote in order to gain a life-saving and big move-making idol nullifier, and has been on everyone's radar as a threat since day 1. Jam. The sneakiest of the final 5, Jam was the player to always go against the agenda. From secretly voting for Miller to forcing Rocks to save his allies, and finally last episode, making the biggest slip of the game against the so-called Big Four Alliance, voting out Mario. Spaniel. Spaniel has very clearly said he is in power and has confidence that he will win the game. He's been in danger for most tribals, but is still here as the one who's deemed himself not a threat to others. Chris. The newbie who has a smart head on his shoulders. After forming his original Blue Man Group alliance, he was put in a good situation, but poor challenge performance made him fear elimination. Nevertheless, he's still here. He played a very successful idol, and at Final 6, found another one that he still has. And finally Manuel, deemed as the biggest social threat to win the game since the beginning of Merge. A target has been put on his back that he's been trying to flee from multiple tribal councils. Although he has been a part of big alliances and has won an individual immunity, the ever-looming threat of elimination still follows him. They made it this far, but who will take home the title of Sole Survivor? So we got a happy little old man in the crowd right now, and so while seeing this final 5 in the season take place, I want you to write in a book who you think is going to win this season. Alright?
Oh, alright.
Right after we reveal the winner, we'll see if your prediction of winner will come true.
That was the most ironic thing I've ever seen in my life. He throws his idol in the fire just to show how loyal he is, and then he gets voted out 4-0. Like, jeez. Oh my gosh, I feel bad for him. He got a huge slap in the face by his alliance. Oh my gosh. I think if I lose an immunity, I'm going home with like 1,000,000%. So, hope I can win it. We got a new big 3.
Yeah, we got a new big 3. Oh, this is amazing.
Oh my gosh. That tribal was so crazy. Like, I felt so bad because, like, I had grown really close to those 4, but I'd also grown really close to them and Sting during my time here as well. And it was just like, it was an on-the-fly decision. It was like, do you know what? I need to get Mario out this game, otherwise he's gonna just like whoop my ass.
And I'm sorry, I love Mario, but like, I can't sacrifice myself to Mario.
Yeah, I couldn't at this stage.
Like,
no, I understand completely. Don't worry.
No, like it's fine because it's like it was like it's literally just a strategic move. Like I just didn't want like, you know what I mean? It's like because
of course. So, final 5, I ended up having to turn on Mario last tribal because I was not going to Rocks with an idol in my pocket, and knowing I can use the idol as leverage to get Jam back to us, and knowing he was trying to sway us to the side so he could go with us to the end, it was the only decision I could make that made sense. And I feel so bad for Mario because he played such a good game, but at this point, like, I have not spent 12.5 hours here to be rocked out with an idol in my pocket that'll guarantee me Final 4.
So, welcome Final 5 to
Hello.
Not Tribal because jury will not be here. This is a reward challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, before I get to that, Chris, I see you're joining the fray with having an idol
Yeah,
around
I
your neck.
figured everybody's doing it. Might as well, you know.
All right, I like it. With
Thank
that,
you.
I will explain your challenge. This is touchy subjects,
Yes.
which means I will be asking you a series of questions. You will all answer it honestly. After that, you will then have to vote what you think everyone else voted. And if you are in the majority, or you vote who the majority thought was that person, then you get a point. Person with the most points in the ends wins, and if we are at a tiebreaker, then we'll ask more questions.
Got
The
it.
first question is, who rubs the tribe the wrong way? The answer with the most votes was Chris,
Yay.
which means both
Really?
Chris and Jam got it right, which means they have 1
I'm
point.
sorry.
It's okay, I knew.
Alright. Second question. Who is the most trustworthy person in the final 5? The possible correct answers were Spaniel and Jam, which means Chris,
Whoa.
Jam, and Sting got it right, which means Chris and Jam are at 2 apiece and Sting is at 1. The next question is, who is the dumbest person here? The 2 people that were picked the most were Spaniel and Jam,
Yep.
which means
Oh.
Manuel,
Wow.
Jam, Chris, and Spaniel all got it right. Sting did not. Next question is, who is the most likable? Alright, everyone picked Jam. Everyone was correct. Who is the worst player here?
Oh no. Oh, this one's mean. Oh.
So, the answer was Spaniel, which means Manuel, Chris, Jam, and Sting all got it right.
Sorry.
Spaniel did not.
Sorry.
Question number 6. You have 2 questions left, which means if Chris or Jam get this, that automatically knocks 3 people out of the challenge. Now, question number 6. Who is running this game? Everyone said Manuel or Sting. Everyone was right. Final question. If Jam and Chris both get this right, they will have to go on to another question. Who is going home next? The 2 possible correct answers were Sting and Spaniel, which means everyone got it right. But that has Jam and Chris both getting every single answer right. Who is playing better right now, Chris or Jam? Alright, one of you got it wrong, and one of you got it right. The correct answer was Jam, which means
Pop off, Jam.
Jam,
I
you
answered
have
myself, I'm
won
sorry.
this reward, which will be revealed later.
Okay, so winning that reward, like, honestly, I didn't exactly expect to win, but it is pretty handy to have some sort of reward in your back pocket, like, especially at the 5. And I think I've definitely, like, picked up the pace a bit in terms of my gameplay, and I think it's really starting to show. And I think it did show, like, how well I did really get to know these people as well during the reward challenge.
Are you ready for the piston puzzle of your life? Struggle to maybe much strife.
Oh
If it's-
my
if it's a
god.
piston puzzle,
Are
I'm
you kidding me?
Sting, you're gonna have to give it back. Jam, you get to already start with your block 3 spaces ahead.
Oh.
Eh?
In this challenge, you will guide a block vertically through a piston maze. The first person to guide it all the way to the gold block wins immunity. Survivors ready? Go. Everyone making fairly quick ground of it.
Wait, I'm so confused. I
gotta
don't
look.
get it. I'm back.
You gotta look above things, under things, whatever it may be. Manuel stuck at a spot. Doesn't seem like he can find what he's looking for. Sting currently leading the challenge, with Jam not
As
too far
usual.
behind.
Oh my god, I hate you, Kyle. I fucking.
Both it looks like both Spaniel and Manuel finally found their button. Chris might actually be in first place. in
That's
this
not
challenge.
possible.
Sting trying to
Oh,
figure
yeah.
out. Chris and Sting seem like they might be on just about the same block. While Manuel is starting to make up a little ground. Jam stuck near the beginning. Doesn't seem like his reward is helping him too much. Spaniel's starting to make up some ground.
Shit, shit.
I need a
Not a button for that though. Oh, there is.
Chris and Sting are neck and neck in this challenge. But Sting seems like he's closer to a standstill. Not seeing what he needs to press. Chris getting very close to finishing this challenge.
Really?
And potentially winning his first individual immunity.
No, I'm confused.
Sting looks like he's stuck, and Manuel is actually past him. Jam, utterly confused. Yes,
Yeah,
he
I'm
isn't
very
even
confused.
attempting the challenge anymore. Sting really
No.
needs to try to pick it up if he wants to win the challenge.
Like, I don't take physics for a reason. I don't understand.
Just Minecraft.
Yeah, but it's like the same.
Or,
Oh
Chris,
my gosh.
Chris very close to finishing this challenge.
Is that it?
And Chris,
Oh my god!
by
Fucking
some
king.
miracle
King.
against
King.
all the odds, won an individual
You're a
immunity
king.
challenge.
You're
And has-
literally a king.
And has a spot in the final four.
Oh my god!
Chris, you're gonna have
Yeah.
to take that idol off for a
That's-
second.
That's fine. I'll take it off.
You have one individual immunity.
I can't believe this.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have a spot in the final four.
I won immunity somehow. Not really sure how. I really didn't think that would ever happen, so I'm a little shocked. And I also have this idol, so I feel like I'm in complete control of this tribal council right now.
Chris told me that he was going to use his idol on. Now that he's won immunity, I'm just praying that he does. I hope Sting doesn't get into his head.
Blue, hear me out, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna hear you.
I think right now, I think Jam has the best shot at winning, just because of the way he's been treated by the jury, just
Mhm.
like how likable he is.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if I was on the jury, I'd vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm asking of you is to gain my respect and anybody else on the jury's respect. I can convince them.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm being frank, I think that as of now, the jury is either probably going to vote Manuel or Jam.
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
not.
I can see that too.
I'm not trying to be rude to you or anything. It's just.
No, I don't think you're being rude. I think you're just being blunt, which I respect.
And if you really want to change the way that they see you,
Mm-hmm.
your best course of action would be to shake up the game. Because if Manuel or if I go home, then Jam and Manuel get exactly what they want, and
Mhm.
that looks better for their game. While it looks
Mhm.
like you were just kind of giving into what they want.
Yo, you already know, like, Sting is trying to butter up to fucking Chris.
Yeah, I know. But like, Chris beats us all though. That's
Chris would not be dumb enough to fucking keep Sting over me. Like Sting is, like, there's no way. Like, if he does that, he's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hardly.
Uh-huh.
I think if you made that decision playing the idol on me, that'd be one of the most influential plays in the history.
Let us call in the juries. First member of the jury, Beybak. Second is Gamer. Then Asher. Vision. And Mario. Voted out last tribal council. Chris,
Yes.
I never thought I would ask you this question. How does it feel to have immunity around your neck?
Surprising. I guess that's the only word I can use. I'm a little shocked that I won.
On the other hand, for a while, I haven't asked you that question. Sting,
Yeah.
how does it... You've tied the record by winning 3 individual immunities. How do you feel at this point?
Well, if there's anybody I'd lose a challenge to, it'd be Chris. He's, I mean, if it comes to puzzles, I'm kind of slow, but when it comes to like parkour and stuff like that, I can do. I mean, Chris really earned it, but whatever. I respect Chris way more than just winning a challenge. I respect him for a lot more. I mean,
Thank you.
you know.
I respect you too.
Manuel, in the touchy subjects challenge for reward, it was said as the majority that you were going home next. How did that make you feel?
I mean, I honestly wasn't, like, really extremely shocked. People have been talking about me, and I just hope that I have been, like, I've done right by my alliance members, stuck with them throughout everything, and I just hope that they pay me back with the same favor that I've done for them.
Spaniel, you talked a lot last tribal about how this game is no longer about trust, but about who you can beat in the end. Do you think that's still true?
Yeah, I obviously think it's still true. You gotta, because when it's this late in the game, all that matters is who you're gonna be able to beat. Because if you'd rather bring somebody who you trust and who you're loyal to, if they played a better game than you, then no way in hell you're winning. And that's like, if you want to win, then you gotta bring somebody to the end if you think you can beat, no matter who it is.
And Jam, do you agree? Do you think that loyalty doesn't mean as much at this part of the game?
I mean, yeah, it is like a pretty, it is a pretty like sad thing to say, but I do think that at the end of the day, that is kind of the truth. But obviously, I do think there's a difference between loyalty and being upfront. Like for me personally, I'd rather be upfront about stuff if it's unavoidable or like you won't get shit for it.
We are going to go to the vote. Jam, you are first up.
Feels kind of hard.
My vote's obviously going to be for Sting, biggest fan in the game, and my alliance should hopefully vote with me.
Alright, I have collected the votes. Person with the most votes will have to leave the tribal council area immediately. If you have a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so, and it is the last night to play one.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say, Mario, the reason I had to vote you because I had this and I wasn't gonna go to rocks with this in my pocket. Sting, I took everything you said into consideration, but I hope you can respect that the best move for me is not using this on you.
Blue, Chris.
What? I'm not changing my mind on this.
Chris,
I really am not.
Chris,
What?
you will not win. You will not win if you don't use that idol.
And
You're
he's
gonna
gonna
win this.
he's gonna
That's
win
a
with
promise.
you there?
That's a
How
promise.
is that a promise? Just because I'm not doing what you want?
You're not gonna gain
I have-
respect from the jury. You're not getting my
Respect by
respect.
Keeping the person that's
You're not
won
getting my
more
respect.
challenges. Anyways, I'm using
You're
this.
going with what Manuel or Jam want.
Thank you.
No, I'm doing what I want. I'm using that on man.
You're literally the best. I love you.
You just gave Manuel the win.
Congrats. That's fine. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest.
This
Whatever.
is
I'm doing what I want to do, not what you want.
this is
Thank you,
the
Chris.
You do what Manuel
Junaka.
want.
This is the Junaka idol. All votes for Manuel do not count. First vote, Sting. Second vote, Jam. Third vote,
Oh man, 0 vote record. What the fuck's
Sting.
sake?
Fourth vote. And a 10th person voted out of Minecraft Survivor Season 5, Kinabalu, Sting. Please bring your
Sorry,
torch.
Sting.
Aww.
Good game, Sting.
Sting, you played your heart out, man. You are an all-star. You played an incredible game. You were entertaining, and to see you get cut short tore some heartstrings in me. But thank you so much for playing, Sting. I loved watching you. I think everyone loved playing with you, and I think the jury loved watching you as well. Sting,
At least Sting was one of my favorites to play against.
Sting, the tribe has spoken.
Anytime. Thank you guys.
Bye, Sting.
Good game, Sting.
Good game.
Well, y'all made it clear that you wanted to get out the people who you thought were the biggest threats and the people you thought you could beat at the end. So let's see if you've made the right decisions. Y'all guys can go back to camp.
Well, I had a lot of fun. I'm not good at these. You know, you really hate to see it. I did everything I could, even when I knew I was gonna go out. I tried yelling at Chris to play the idol last second, but he gave it to Manuel, and it was fun while I played, and I look forward to see how it finishes.
So Sting, you were just voted out of the season after playing one of the biggest games in the entire series of the show. You played an idol nullifier at the second merge vote off to keep yourself in. You won 3 immunities, tying the record, and you were known as one of the biggest threats out in the entire game, targeted almost every vote. And you were unfortunately the first person cut out of the finale. How does it feel to get 5th place?
Oh, on Ja? Alright, so, you know, honestly, it was a fun ride while it lasted. I knew eventually I wouldn't be able to win a challenge, but it's always like the puzzle challenges that, you know, screw you over. You hate to see it. But honestly, after being such a big target, like right at the beginning of the merge, I was like, there's no way I can keep this up for this long. So I mean, I'm just glad I got to the point where I got to.
Awesome. Thank you, Sting. It was so great having you. You were, as I said at the end of the season, you played your heart out. You are an absolute all-star and super entertaining to watch. You had by far the most confessionals in the season, and I know the audience loved watching you. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you for inviting me.
So last tribal, we finally got Sting out of here. I mean, he pissed me off a little bit, like, on his way out. Like, he was campaigning so hard, and I understand that and respect that. But you're not going to throw it back in my face and say, just because I'm not doing what you want me to do, that means you lose respect for me and I'm losing the game. That's not how Survivor works. Everyone makes their own decisions. I made my own decision, and that resulted in him leaving, and I'm still here with a better shot at winning immunity and getting to the end with people I want to be at the end with.
My game was played perfectly just how I wanted it. I went into this game trying to pick out whoever I could trust till the end. I did that very early on, Chris, and my social bonds with Chris and Jam seemed to pay off. We finally got out who I'd say was the only person really standing between my way and the win. And now as long as I get into the final 2 or 3, I still don't know what it is, but as long as I get into I feel pretty confident that I can actually take this home, which is amazing.
Yet again, individual immunity is back up for grabs.
In this vertical gauntlet, you must complete little challenges in order to gain items that will help you further yourself in the rest of the challenge. Once being done with every point of the challenge and getting to the end and finishing the puzzle, you will win individual immunity for the very last time.
Go. Everyone is off, doing their first tasks. Manuel, eager to be first out. Manuel the first to start breaking his obsidian block. Manuel is the first to break it, then Spaniel, then Chris, and then Jam. Remember, you have to press the button as many times as it takes. You cannot take the contents out. Jam is first up. Spaniel and Manuel are right behind, and then Chris. Manuel and Jam get to the top. They have to follow their signs. Chris and Spaniel right behind.
Who was?
Everyone trying to find the block that's been talking about. Jam finds his block. Manuel finds his block. Spaniel now in first place. Manuel in first place. Everyone else. Spaniel right behind and Jam right behind that. People trying to do the 4-block jump and Manuel gets it.
Oh.
You have to break what's on top of the wall on top of the chest and get the contents from that. You must copy a certain pattern in this challenge. Spaniel's trying to be slow with it. Manuel took a good look at it. Is he going to try to do it all in one go? Manuel and Jam breaking blocks. Jam doing it row by row, and so is Chris. Spaniel has the most blocks placed. Manuel has to go back again. Spaniel almost done finishing with his blocks. Spaniel thinks he's done. Spaniel is correct, which means Spaniel, you have won Final 4 immunity.
Got Spaniel.
Yes!
Spaniel.
Wait, my inventory's full.
Oh, you have won. You have won your first immunity challenge.
I won the final immunity, meaning that I have earned myself a spot in the finale, and I can just easily take out the other biggest threat to winning the game. I honestly think I got this in the bag. I think this immunity has just given me the win right here. I think I have the jury management. I've made absolutely nobody upset. I think all the jury is in my favor, and like, if I don't win at this point, I've spent like 12 hours out here participating in this Minecraft Survivor endless, and for all that to go to waste, it would suck. But I'm winning this. There's nothing that's stopping me now.
Go with the perception.
I've been with Manuel since the beginning of this game. He's played the best game out here, and the jury, every time somebody leaves, they're like, he's gonna win. I want to get to the end with you.
No, 'cause
I feel like you have a great shot at winning. But nobody is gonna beat him. I'm voting for him if he's in the end.
Oh, I think my game's up. That's it. I'm definitely like that. They're gonna save me. I'll try my hardest, but it's my chances right now are looking really, really, really slim, which sucks. But that's the game.
No, it's because it's like I do feel bad, but it's like he has played really, really.
I feel bad, but I feel like he has to understand that he's played this game better than all of us.
Yeah, he
And
has.
It's over. But yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good run. I had fun. It's all right.
So it's day 38. The rain is pouring down, fitting for an end to myself and Manuel's partnership throughout this game. He's been an amazing ally, but I feel like tonight my only choice if I want to have a chance is to write his name down. I'm kind of hoping the other two think the same way as me. This is basically my last move of the game. If it doesn't work, I go home and forth. If it does, cross fingers, I have a chance of winning.
Welcome, Final Four, to your Final Four Tribal Council. I will introduce the members of the jury. Beybak. Gamer. Asher. Vision. Mario. And Sting. Voted out of last Tribal Council. Spaniel, you won the final immunity challenge. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I'm gonna be up there, like in upstage. Maybe I'll even win. Who knows? It feels awesome, but unfortunately, people who I've been competing alongside with for a long time now, and it sucks that one of them's gonna have to go, but it's gonna have to happen.
Manuel, how do you feel about not winning that immunity tonight? You were in second place after all.
I mean, I knew that like if I didn't win, I would definitely. So it sucks, but as long as I had fun and got to meet a whole bunch of, that's all that matters. So yeah, like I know I'm going home tonight and it sucks, but what can you do about it?
Chris, do you think it's that simple that Manuel's just going home tonight?
I mean, I hope it's that simple, no offense, but for me, Manuel is the biggest threat left. He's played arguably the best game here, so if any of us want a shot, that's where the votes should be going.
Finally, Jam, what do you base your vote off tonight?
I'm voting for Chris.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, like, honestly, as Chris was saying, like, obviously, I'm voting off, like, because I've had this in mind for a while on, like, who I want my ideal final three combination to be, and I've thought it through, and I'm gonna vote tonight to get me that, like, ideal final three that I've wanted.
Alright, well with that, it's time to vote. Spaniel, you're up first.
I know I'm going home tonight.
You're a great player and an even better friend that I've made.
And I'm really sorry that you have to go tonight, but you're honestly so good, and I wish you in life because honestly, you deserve it.
Alright, I have collected the votes for one last time. Person with the most votes will have to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote, Manuel. Second vote, Jam. It's one vote Manuel, one vote Jam. Manuel. It's 2 votes Manuel, 1 vote Jam. And the last person voted out of Minecraft Survivor Season 5 Kinabalu, and our last jury member, Manuel.
Manuel.
Sorry.
you played a hell of a game, brother. I'm so glad you played. I hope you had a good time. But the
Thank
tribe
you. Of
has
course I
spoken.
did. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
This jury is ruthless.
Final 3 on making it to the final 3, but your game is not over yet. You guys can head back to camp.
Well, I had a good run. I played the hell out of this game. I really tried with my social ability, and I think I succeeded in that. I pretty much was one vote away from being exactly where I wanted, and it sucks, but I'm just happy that I got to play. It was fun, and I don't regret.
Manuel, you came into this game knowing you were going to play a big game. You obviously did. You played a big social game, and people from the merge on knew you were a big threat and tried to take you out. But you were, like many great players in this series, cut at day 38. How does it feel to be the last jury member?
I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, at the end of the day, this game is about getting to the end, and in order to win, in my opinion, I was the biggest threat left, so I would have taken myself out too. So I do respect them for that, and that's just how Survivor works. I mean, I can't do anything about it.
All right. Well, thank you, Manuel. You are the final member of the jury, so you can take your seat on the jury bench.
Thank you.
With that, Spaniel, Jam, and Chris, you are the final 3. You will have the shot to win this game. I know it happened months ago, but you did face the jury, and all we have to do now is see how that turned out.
At the start of the game, I never expected that I'd be where I am. I never thought that I'd go through so many blindsides, orchestrate so many eliminations, vote out my closest friends, and in the end, get to the final 3. I was okay with getting jury, and that was it. That was satisfying enough, but now that I actually have the chance to win the entire season, it makes me feel awesome.
So honestly, I'm so glad that I did this, right? I was not doing too well on the challenges. I was very under the radar, but do you know what? I feel like I did have really, really good social game. Because honestly, I should have been voted out pre-merge. I failed every single challenge for our tribe, and especially the whole thing where I voted for Miller and it caused a fight between 2 people, took the target off of me. I think it's subtle moves like that. While I wasn't really open with my gameplay until the final 7-6 or so, more open with it, I think it's moves like that mean I do have a really solid.
Day 39, coming into this, I was scared out of my mind with all these loud ass people. I didn't know how I was gonna get my way through this game, but to be here at the end right now, it's pretty surreal. I'm really happy and proud of the game I played. I'm really happy I did this today. I don't know. I'm really grateful for this experience and excited to get this final tribal underway.
Which is the fan favorite vote. We had the audience watching this season vote. We had about 100 votes around there for the winner of fan favorite. The top 3 who got the most votes are the following: Asher,
Oh my gosh.
Sting, and Vision. The 3 of y'all are the top 3 fan favorite votes. So let's go ahead and reveal. With 14 votes, 3rd place is Asher.
Darn.
It was a difference of 2 votes on who won fan favorite. With 22 votes, the winner of the fan favorite poll for Minecraft Survivor Kinabalu is Sting. Congratulations.
Alright, first I'd like to thank my mom. I don't know, she bought my computer that I played the game on, so shout outs. The microphone, shout out to Blue Yeti, pretty good mic. No, but in all honesty, I didn't expect to win. I mean, Ash, I really expected Ash to win because he had, I feel like he was kind of everyone was rooting for him, but Please vote for me. Yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, thank you.
With that, all that's left to watch is the final tribal council, and then we will reveal the winner of Minecraft Survivor Season 5, the Kinabalu, tonight.
The first member of the jury, Beybak. The second, Gamer. After that was Asher. Then it was Vision. Mario. Sting. And finally, Manuel voted out of last tribal council. Final 3. You have made it this far, and you all will have a chance to plead your game. We'll start with Jam.
Okay. So, Joey, it's really great to like see you guys again, and I look forward to all of your questions or however the open form works tonight. I think that like I deserve to win the game because honestly, I feel like I feel like my biggest liability in the game was definitely like my challenge performances in the challenges. But I think that true strength is how you work around your weakness, and I think I worked around that main liability really well in the game. I think that I had really strong social connections with a ton of people in the game, and I was always in control of my own fate. I always had, I was always in conversations, socially and strategically. I did play a super game, so I hope that you can give me your vote tonight.
Next up is Spaniel.
Honestly, I think the 3 main aspects of my game were my physical ability, my strategic ability, and my social ability. I think that my gameplay was really good. I'm not to sound conceited or anything. I had a lot of social skill. I was able to talk to other people with ease, and people always wanted to talk to me. People would always message me saying, "Hey man, can you please call me? I want to talk to you about something." And I'm so glad I got to play with you all. Good game.
And finally, Chris.
My gameplay, I mean, from the beginning, I really didn't think I'd get this far. My gameplay, obviously, my physical strength, it's a running joke this season. It's not that great. But I worked with that. I worked with not having the target on my back for being good in challenges. And I won probably the most important one, which got Sting, the challenge beast, out of here. Strategically, I found 2 idols. I played one successfully right when I needed it. I found another idol that I didn't even have to use at all. And I still got myself to the end of this game. Coming into the merge, my tribe was down. We had 3-4 people left from the original tribe. If you guys were all together, there should have been no reason for me to be at this spot right now at Final Tribal if you were so together. But there were fractures, and I worked within those fractures to get myself here. I'm really proud of the game I played. I think I played my heart out. I was not afraid to speak my mind, and I'm just proud, and I'm willing to answer any questions you have, honestly.
We're going to be hitting on each of these 3's main aspects of their on how they outwit, outplayed, and outlasted everyone else. This will be led by the jury. They will be discussing among themselves, and if they decide to ask the final 3 questions, or if the final 3 have something they need to say, they can. But this will mainly be the jury discussing and deliberating on who they think deserve to win. So with that, we will start with the outwit portion of the game.
I just want to mention that Jam was talking about how he knew where a lot of the votes are going. And that made me think of a time. Remember when me and Spaniel tied? Told me that he actually voted me to force a tie so it would go to Rocks, and that's what got Gamer out because he didn't want me or Spaniel to go. He knew where all the votes are going.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm back.
So well that he could vote for me to force a tie. I thought that was pretty impressive.
Was he immune?
No.
And that kind of lucked them. And what if he went out?
But he was able to force the tie. Like he knew.
I mean, I don't think he forced the tie
himself.
Can I say
I mean, that wasn't a tie. That was mainly just because there was miscommunication.
That was a lot of miscommunication. That wouldn't have been a tie if...
I was supposed to vote originally. I was supposed to vote from...
Yeah,
I was supposed to vote for you, Penguin, but then...
I wouldn't use that as an example for Jam playing the game.
It's literally just the fact that I voted for the wrong person.
Yeah, that
wasn't... it wasn't
what I would use...
And making a move, that was just...
No, but he's talking about the revote.
Yeah, oh, well, I mean, to get
The
to
the
revote, you have to
revote
have the
is when he
initial vote.
flipped.
Yeah.
The revote's when he flipped.
Yeah.
Well, to get
You
to
find
revote,
it to
you
be a
have to-
move to make yourself go to rocks?
He forced a tie against Mario, which is one of the factors that got him sent home. Who I think Mario was definitely one of the biggest threats to the jury in terms of he was probably going to receive the most votes at the time, and then Jam forcing that tie and getting the revote to get him out. I think that was a very impressive play.
Let's go to the outplay portion.
So for
Alright.
outplay, I'd like to talk to Jam about this.
Oh, okay.
I
hi.
highly disrespect your gameplay of barging into chats and saying,
I hate
"Can
that
I
you
be
stole
in
that from
here?"
me.
I don't find that respectful at all. I don't think that was like an outplaying move. I feel like that's a cheating move, and I want to see like your thoughts on that. Do you feel like that was a strategic gameplay, or do you think that was just your way of weaseling into chats and getting people to like you?
See, this is where I disagree with that, because the thing is, like, you just go and talk to people, like, I'm a recluse. Like, I didn't see it as weaseling in, I saw it as, that guy's cool, I want to have a conversation with him, I want to see where his head's at. I didn't see it
But the
as,
point of the
like, I'm
game,
gonna
the point of the
weasel
game, and the
in.
rule say that you have to ask someone before you go into a chat. You would barge into chats with people that were talking privately, and you would ask if you can talk to them without giving them an option to say no. Was
What
that
do
an
you mean
outplay
without
move on
an
your
option
part?
to- Well, no, I message people a lot, to be honest. Like,
Can I
Most of the
elaborate?
time, I never saw that. I never saw you message me
Yeah,
no, I
to
have
get into a
messaged,
chat.
but
You
I
would barge
have
into a
messaged
chat when I was talking.
Yeah, when me and Chris were talking like Final 5, then you barged in.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, that kind of
yeah,
got awkward.
So I just wanted to move it over because we haven't really talked to Chris yet about anything.
Hi.
And I just want to address you, my Blue Man Group buddy. I'm so
Hello.
glad that you made it here personally, and I really wanted to praise you right here because I think on the outplay portion, I think you absolutely killed it with your idols. The one challenge that you won was a very important one, whether, I think that's important to address, even though it's not absolutely intentional. I think it's a great thing. However, there was something, because, again, we need to remember that you had a successful idol play, and if you did not find that idol and play it when you did, then you would not be sitting here.
Yes.
However, there was something with your second idol play that I did want to address. And now I just wanted to start by saying I don't really like how Sting handled the situation, but the way he responded is what got me questioning. So when you went to play the idol on Manuel, which to me made sense, he was your ally, Sting said...
Beybak, that was just a last-ditch effort. That wasn't even...
Yeah, no, I understand, Sting. It's just, I'm getting there. Sting said, "You're not getting my respect, you'll lose the game, and that's a promise," that sort of stuff. And you responded, and I'm paraphrasing it, you responded by saying that you don't care.
Yeah.
So how do you back that up? Because we as a jury, we want to give it to somebody who deserves it, and I genuinely think you deserve to win. But if I don't feel like you want to win, then what's the point?
Listen, I want to win this game. I did not take off of work and lose money to be here. I did not spend the last 14 hours here to not win this game. My response to Sting came from my brain is fried. It was 1 a.m. I was so tired. I'm a hothead. I'm a Long Islander and I'm Italian. Hothead. So if somebody pisses me off, I usually will fire back. It's not that I don't care. I understood he was just doing a last-ditch effort. It was a heat of the moment kind of thing. It's not something I mean. I do care, and I'm sorry.
Chris, I guess, in my opinion, obviously it changed. When I was in the game, I didn't really get to see a lot of your games, so maybe tell us a quick little, one of your best moves in the game as for the outplay portion.
Yeah, I think honestly my best move in the game was to just be underestimated. That's why you didn't see anything from me. That's not because I wasn't doing anything. It's just because I'm new to this. Nobody knew me. Nobody knew what to expect from me. So my best game plan coming into this was to be underestimated, but I was still an active part of this game. So it's not because I didn't make big moves. It's not because I wasn't doing anything. It's because I was hiding it really well, and you couldn't see it.
That's a really good response.
Okay, the Outlast portion. This is how the people, this is kind of the overall how people got to the end. How did they handle their experience, their situations, and take what they had and got here despite everything they faced.
I didn't hear enough from Spaniel, so how did you get here, Spaniel?
I don't want to hear more.
Why?
I got here because I'd say that I aligned myself with a lot of people that I knew would probably want to stay loyal to me. I aligned with people like with Sting, with Asher, with Jam, with Vision, and I wouldn't say that I aligned with everybody because I knew if I did, then I'd easily be called out for playing all sides, and that's not something I wanted to do at all. I wanted to maintain an average social game, nothing too big, nothing too small.
Spaniel, the people that you named alliance are not an alliance called the First Original Tribe. That's not creating good alliances if you just stick with the people that you were randomly selected to be with.
To back Spaniel up, I do want to say that people like me went home because Spaniel saw that I wasn't going to stick loyal with Spaniel, and he could see that, and he took the opportunity to take me.
From what I saw of Spaniel's game, it wasn't as outlasting as the other two.
I will say to Chris, because like I know that I was probably one of the closest to Chris, apart from like maybe Manuel and some other people on the jury. Being in the being voted out in the pre-merge, I didn't get to the merge and see the social dynamics, but I'm still on the jury. But what I really liked about Chris is that he came into the game and he was doing the little subtle things. Something that I've always believed is that an alliance is so much more desirable to stick to if you give it a name. Chris got with me and Manuel, and he gave the alliance a name, the Blue Men Group. And every vote that I tried to get myself in the middle, I told myself I have to stick to that group because I just have to.
Alright, I want to give a little credit to Jam here, even though it was a little bit unintentional and not his fault. But going back to when Tribe Swap happened, when Manuel was on the outs, I don't think he intentionally did this, but he ended up voting Miller.
Wait, actually, Vision, I have a.
Well, let me finish my thing first, and then yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So you ended up voting Miller, and you got us to turn on each other, and the thing was you got Manuel to say nothing, and I do like I guess you could call that as a move, I guess.
Okay. From the start, I have been a player in this game. I have not come here to sit around and do nothing. Throughout this entire game, I have made subtle moves. I have gotten along with people. I've made relationships, and I've been at the forefront of a lot of votes. I have been in the know on a lot of votes. To sum it all up, I really just want to say thank you all for playing and making my first experience in one of these really fun.
I just want to say that thank you all for making this experience amazing for me, and I think I made my experience amazing for you all as well. I'm so glad I got to participate with you, and thank you.
As a whole, I feel like my game was like really refined, and like I did it throughout the entire thing. I was always focused. It's 7 a.m. I was always focused. I was always on it. I was always wanting to win. And another thing as well is that I only received 3 votes for the entire game, and they were at the final 5 and the final 4. So I think that does speak for like my social game, which some people did try and deny because of the chat thing. But again, I don't think that should affect me. It was a really great experience to take part in, and honestly, even if I don't, I'm still.
It is time for the jury to vote. Y'all are choosing who wins this game. You are casting a vote to win. Beybak, you can go first.
I just can't see any other way.
I'm just rewarding him for being a good ally and playing a good game.
You really deserve the win, and respect to you. So yeah, congratulations.
I have 0 respect for everyone in this final 3. But honestly, it wouldn't be a game of Survivor without that.
I'm gonna vote for the most deserving person.
The person with the most votes will win Minecraft Survivor Season 5 Kinabalu Generational Gap. But unfortunately, you will have to wait to see who wins this season. I'll see you guys in a few months.
So with that, I will read the votes.
Go!
First vote, Chris.
Oh my god. I'm shocked.
Second vote, Jam.
Oh my god. Oh my
1
god.
vote Chris, 1 vote Jam. Third vote, Chris. That is 2 votes Chris, 1 vote Jam. Fourth vote, Chris. That is 3 votes Chris, 1 vote Jam. 5th vote. And the winner of Minecraft Survivor Season 5, the Great Balu, Chris. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. Wow, I'm shocked. My name is Chris. I'm 22. I'm from Long Island, and I work in retail. I took off today for this, so I have to make this worth it.
We need to have our alliance name should be something with, like, we need something.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a question.
Well, what's that group? The Blue Man Group?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's only gonna take me 10 seconds.
Also, Chris misses the parkour yet again.
I screwed up that challenge really effing badly. I need to get to work right now.
Luckily, I went right across the eyes by the flag or whatever. I went by the tree, and I dug up the idol.
About that, Kyle. I just found this today. I know I need it, so hopefully it's not a waste.
Chris does not count. Second vote, Chris does not count.
Oh my god.
Third vote, Chris does not count. Fourth vote, Chris does not count.
I'm happy with that. I am too tired for this hashtag big move shit. I want to vote people out. The fact that it was just there the entire time, I'm pretty fucking shook.
Chris.
Oh my god!
By
Fucking
some
king.
miracle against all the odds, won an individual immunity challenge.
You're a great player and an even better friend that I've made. We are gonna do what we are gonna do, and we are gonna do what the girls shoulda did, and we are gonna get to the end of this game. I didn't really have like any expectations doing one of these games, and this season blew like anything I really thought could happen out of the water. Like, you did a great job, and it's been a lot of fun watching it back. Thank you so much for hosting and having me, and I'm just a little shocked I won.
Timmy, can I see your vote on who you thought would win the season? So Timmy's vote on who would win the season was Chris.
Really?
So Timmy got it right. Getting it right. The old man got it right. Congratulations. That is the end of our season. Chris won over Spaniel and Jam in the final 3. Next season, we have a big season coming up. We are going all the way to the Lesotho Highlands with a whole new cast and one of the biggest seasons yet, with some big twists that have never been seen. So we will see y'all there.